Hello everybody, vanburman here. Welcome to today's video. I'm wearing my... Actually, I don't know why I'm wearing these. I always put these on, despite the fact I'm not listening to anything. I'm not playing any games, so why are they on? Anyway, wow, it looks really blurry. I wanted to make a video to tell you about some of the changes YouTube are going to make, or that I've heard they're going to make anyway. One of them makes sense and is almost certainly true, and that's they're going to be giving support to 60 FPS videos, only for 1080p videos though. I don't know. I don't think it will be that limited, but that's what I've been told at the minute. And they're also putting support for 48 frames per second as well. Now, you'll there on the other side thinking that's a great thing, I'll be able to watch all these videos in 60 FPS and it'll be far more enjoyable for me to watch and it'll be smoother and nicer. And yes, that is true. The problem for me is that perhaps my computer isn't really up to that standard of doing 60 frames per second recording at 1080p, mainly down to the processor, if I'm honest. Because it's AMD rather than a hexa-core Intel, which would, do it perfectly fine, but at a far more higher expense. And so my way of compromising is that I'm going to be doing it at 48 frames per second, so it's going to be higher than 30, and it's a little bit different because who's going to do 48 frames per second, really? Just me, yeah. So thought that would be a little bit different for me to do, take advantage of it in a weird way. So that will be coming out, and most of my videos from now on will be done at 48 frames per second, even though it's not a feature that's implemented yet. I don't know if they'll go back and be able to adjust the videos that are already out. No, I mean, I don't really know. So I'm doing it now, and then it will just be ready for when it does come live. Also, file sizes for videos are going to be a lot bigger as well, which is my other concern. This video itself is actually becoming quite big already, so it'll take a while to upload it. There is another bit of news that I have heard as well, which involves the idea of a tip jar. So you've probably all seen tip jars around, probably not so much if you're in the UK, but definitely if you're in the US you would have done. And basically the idea is if you like a video that someone's making, you can have the option to donate $1 or $2, or I don't know what it's going to go up to, if you like that video and want to support the person that's making it. Now, in one sense, that is good. I feel as though it's YouTube's way of trying to counteract ad blocker in a sort of way, because they are going to take some of that money, let's be honest, from that tip jar. But I'm not really that comfortable with the idea of it, making videos in the hope that people will tip you. I'd rather have just a situation where YouTube don't allow videos to be viewed if ad blocker is on. I mean, I think that is a far more reasonable solution. Then if people are coming and watching your video, you're going to earn money from the advertisements, which is how it's been before. Obviously, like I said, that's becoming a bit of a bigger problem with the ad blocker. But for me, it seems more fair. People are going to get preferential treatment, perhaps. I mean, this can happen anyway because YouTubers are individuals. But people are going to make videos that they want other people to see. I mean, for example, I could have someone saying, I want you to make this RPG Maker VXH tutorial video on this topic, and want it explained, the way you do explain it. I mean, it's probably something I would do normally anyway, for nothing, but, they're saying, I'll tip you when you do it. Now, I'm not really sure I like the idea of doing that, because it sort of stems into paying for content. And there already is that feature on YouTube. There is paid subscriptions on YouTube. So for someone to actually be able to watch your videos, or you can obviously select which videos, but for someone to be able to watch your YouTube videos, they have to... What do they have to do? They have to subscribe to you for a fixed cost. I'm not I actually haven't been directed to any channels that do it. I just know that it is available, and that YouTube do offer it as a particular service in some countries to some channels to some networks. And that, as I made a pledge a long time ago, that's not something I'd ever do, and that is true. I would never put a paid subscription on my YouTube channel at all. If I became a really big streamer on Twitch and I had the option to enable that and become partnered with Twitch, then yes, I would do it in that sense. Because if I was going to stream, I'd want to do it a lot longer, and therefore, I'd want to be able to have living or some living costs paid for by that, because streaming on that scale would involve having to do it most days, I should have thought, for a longer period of time. There is also a website as well where this sort of thing goes on. You pay whatever content creator you like this much money, and it convinces them, they'll put in the rewards that they will do this video, that video, whatever. Video, not necessarily videos that they couldn't have done anyway, just videos to encourage people to back them in the first place. So, yeah, some changes, some good, some bad, mostly bad for me, because I'm hoping the tip jar thing is optional. I know that if it becomes a network run thing, or sort of network run thing, they will obviously push to implement it. There's not much doubt about that, which will be a shame, because I don't want to get into arguments about that. Hopefully the network that I'm with are pretty liberal in the case that they will let me choose what sort of type of ads and stuff I want on my videos. So hopefully they will accept a decision that I might decide upon that as well, because of course I would not be enabling the tip jar, or at least initially I won't. I don't know. I haven't come to a firm decision on it, but as things stand at this current time, if it was implemented tomorrow, I would not enable it. So I'm not making any promises. I just don't like the idea of it at the minute. Maybe once I learn a bit more about it, and if people who follow the channel are interested in it, in the general concept, then I could. But I don't know. Like I say, I'm more happy to receive small amount of money that I make from YouTube from the AdSense. It makes more sense to me than putting unnecessary pressure on people to tip you. I mean, I think there's more than enough pressure on people to subscribe to every single channel, and we just need a bit less of that, in my opinion. Which is why I don't say at the end of every video, please subscribe! Even though I would love you to subscribe, of course, because I really want to hit 1,000. But, oh well, never mind. So, anyway, that's all for today. Or all for this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you want to ask me any questions about the changes, like I say, I pretty much told you everything I know. But, yeah, if there's anything else that I haven't mentioned, please do tell me in the comments. I'm always interested to hear about that sort of stuff. And let me know if you're happy with the idea of 48 frames per second rather than 60. I'm not sure I could do 60 on some games, especially the AAA games, or the newer ones. And that's really my issue with it. And considering I'm 4 years off buying and building a new computer, I would struggle slightly with the idea of having to upgrade right now. So. But I'll see you soon, guys. Goodbye.